Hello and welcome to Into the Light with me, Becca Handley. I'm going to take a little time to explain what to expect from a guided reading with me in this video. I've been doing guided readings for several years now. I offer one-to-one readings, and more recently I've started doing more general readings on my social media platform to help people through their week with a little bit of awareness and some themes that might be coming through energetically. Originally, I was a makeup artist, or I still am, and when I started being a makeup artist, not long after I started to get a very strong sense of feelings and deeper issues going on for people that were sitting in my makeup chair. Not everyone, but on a reasonably regular basis, I was kind of tuning into things for people. And sometimes I would get very strong messages that I felt I needed to pass on to people, and I was very sensitive about that because it's, not what I was there to do. But every time I listened to my instincts and I would pass these messages on, they would always be received with a lot of openness, and they seemed to resonate. So this was an interesting thing to me. I wasn't really sure where these messages were coming from, and I wasn't really sure why I was feeling other people's emotions, but I knew I was. I then trained as a Reiki practitioner, and the doors opened up to me in that route. And as I did my Reiki training and the sort of weeks that followed, things seemed to amplify. My intuition seemed to get stronger. Sometimes it's quite overwhelming, so I've learned to sort of deal with that. And that's something I often talk about in my readings. Some people are very sensitive and empathetic, and it can be difficult. So I can give lots of tools to help that if that's something you suffer from. So yes, I then wanted to develop this further and be a bit more boundaried around it, because it felt quite sort of loose and I wasn't really sure what I was dealing with. So I started doing some psychic development courses. I did a lot of reading, and I sort of honed my craft, as it were. And then I felt like I could start to do readings for other people, which I have been doing for a while now. My readings last around 15 minutes to an hour. Sometimes people come with very set things they want to talk about and explore. Other times they come with just an openness, or they come with just feeling very stuck in their lives or suffering in some way and just want some higher guidance as to what's going on and how they can move forward. So every reading's different. I use cards, oracle cards. I use a form of tarot called the Osho, which is slightly different to the conventional tarot. I tune into people's energy fields, and that can be done even on an online reading. I also access guidance from people's spirit guides, and that's a whole different video, but spirit guides are very fascinating to me, sort of divine beings that we have around us to support us on our journey. I would call myself a medium, I suppose, because I can also sometimes get messages through from loved ones in spirit. I realise that's not for everybody, so I always start a reading by asking someone if they're open to that side of the reading, and if they're not, then I would never sort of tune into that. I've yet to have someone say they don't want that, because I think it is quite fascinating, and for most people that are having a reading are pretty open. But if that didn't resonate for someone, I would never go down that side of my skills. People come with different things. They come with relationship issues. They come with sort of wanting to know what's happening with work and the way forward. A lot of people that come to me are quite sensitive, and as a sensitive person I can really hold a space and support them with that and offer them some guidance. Every reading I do is followed by an email with links to books, websites, online tests that can help you sort of make a bit more sense of what's going on for you and how you kind of move through the world. So there's always a follow-up there. So they're quite involved, they're quite a full experience, I like to think. And yeah, I love doing the work I do. I feel very, very blessed and grateful to be able to do this work. It doesn't feel like work, it feels very joyful for me to kind of access these different energies and to support people on their journeys. If you have any questions, you can get in touch with me via my website. There's a contact form on there. My website is www.transformwithlight.com. And there's also a blog piece on my website about my reading, so a bit more information there if you wanted to have a look at that. But like I said, reach out. If you've never had one before, it might feel a bit daunting and you don't know what to expect. So hopefully I can sort of fill in the gaps for you a little bit. But I find them magical, and I think particularly with the world going through so much right now, it can feel sometimes a little overwhelming, a little daunting, but there is a lot of guidance and love available to us, and I hope that I can bring it through with my readings. So yes, I wish you much love and light on the path. Thank you for listening.